So this is chapter 11, lesson 6 now on volume. Now the last lesson we did one on called unit cubes. And what unit cubes were is a cube, which is like a square on each side. And we had to figure out how many cubes were making up a rectangular prism or a structure. Okay, so now we're going to take that a little bit further here today. Okay, so here I have a complex rectangular prism, okay, and you can see we still have these unit cubes in here. Except now, instead of being a unit cube where we don't know the measurements, this time they're telling us what the measurement is. What it says is every one of these little cubes is 1 cubic centimeter. What that means is on every one of these cubes, each edge is 1 centimeter all the way around. So this is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, so on and so on. So every single little cube is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. Okay? So that's called a cubic centimeter because it's a cube. All right, so now this time they're actually going to help you out a little bit and kind of label so you can tell how many are on each. Okay, so here's this front face, this light blue right here, right? And you can see the cubes that make up this first layer. So the bottom is 4 centimeters. So that means this we know is 1 centimeter, 1, 1, and 1. So that's 4 centimeters from there to there. So that means there's 4 cubic centimeters on this row. Then we have another one here and another one here. Well, if you notice on the back here, they're telling you how many layers there are. And you can see it on the front too. There's 1, 2, 3 layers. That's why it says 3 centimeters back here. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them. All right? So that means when we're talking about three-dimensional shapes, the width of this is 4 centimeters. Okay? The height of this structure is 3 centimeters. And the depth of this structure is 4 more centimeters. Or there's 4 layers if you see that. Okay? Now to find volume of a rectangular prism, it's actually kind of simple. All you have to do is multiply how wide it is by how deep it is by how tall it is. Okay? So it's called length times width times height. Okay? Or whatever, however you want to name each one. But basically you're multiplying the 3 different dimensions. So if I start here, 3 times 4, which by the way guys, if you remember, this is called the associative property because you can pick any 2 you want to do first. So I'm going to do the 3 times the 4 to get 12. And then if I do 12 times 4, what would I get? Yeah, I would get 48. So that means if this was, say, like Legos, and I could take this whole thing apart, there would be 48 of these cubes making up this entire structure. Okay? Now it says the volume is 48 cubic what? Well, we got to look at the labels up here. So they're called cubic centimeters. Now I'm trying to write with a mouse here, so it's going to look really sloppy. Okay, so that would be 48 cubic centimeters. Let's try another one. Here's a different rectangular prism. This time they're saying that this is 3 cubes wide, but this time our cubes is inches, cubic inches, which is bigger than a cubic centimeter like last time. Okay, so that means every single edge is 1 inch. Okay, so it's 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. Now you can see there's 3 of them along the bottom here, right? So our width is 3 inches. It is 2 layers deep. That's why they have the 2 here. You can see the 2 different layers. And then it's 4 rows tall. That's why they put this one here. Okay, so what we want to know is how many of these little cubes, these cubic inches, are made up in this entire structure. So once again, the math way to figure it out is multiply your 3 dimensions. Okay, so 4 times 2 is 8. And then 8 times 3 would be 24. Once again, I'm trying to write with a mouse pad here, which is hard to do. Okay, so there's 24 blocks inside of here, right? Okay, now every single block is a cubic inch, so that's how we label it. It's 24 cubic inches. Not bad for a mouse. Okay, here's another one. So this time these boxes got way bigger because now each side is a cubic foot. So that's 1 foot on each side of these. So this is a pretty big box, right? Okay, so we got to figure out how many of these cubic foots. How many of these cubic feet are in this entire structure? Okay, we know that it's 6 feet wide because 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. There's 6. It's 2 feet deep, so there's 2 of them deep, and then there's 3 tall, so 3 feet tall. Okay, so all we do is we multiply these 3 together to figure out what our volume would be. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 6 is 36, and this time it would be cubic feet, which are much bigger than cubic centimeters or cubic inches. Okay, I'll give you a chance. Go ahead and see if you can figure out this one. What would the volume of this structure be, this time in cubic inches? That's right, it would be 60. Okay, now if you don't know how you got 60, you could do this a couple ways. Remember, the commutative property, I'm sorry, the associative property states that you can do any two that you want to do first. So I'm going to do 5 times 4 first because getting 20 would be easy to work with. So 5 times 4 is 20, and then 20 times 3 is 60. That means there's 60 of these little cubes inside of this entire structure. So the volume is 60 cubic inches. Okay, now here's another one where you have to compare. So I'll give you a second, see if you can figure out the volume of this rectangular prism, see if you can find the volume of this rectangular prism, and see which one's bigger, or are they equal? Okay, now notice first, they're both in cubic inches, aren't they? Okay, so that means every cube is 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 8 is 32 cubic inches. So this one is, that's not very good, 32 cubic inches. Now this one over here is 2 times 4, which is 8, and then 8 times 4 is 32 cubic inches. Now they don't look the same, they're not built the same, but they have the same volume because they both use the same amount of blocks. So these would be an equal volume. They are both 32 cubic inches. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, now notice this time we're talking cubic feet. So that's 1 foot on each side of those boxes. So these are big boxes now. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Once again, I like to do, well, let's do 10. That's easy. 5 times 2 is 10. And then times the 8 would be 80 cubic feet. Okay, so that means there's 80 of those boxes in there. This one over here, we have 3 times 4 is 12. And then 12 times 9 is 108. So that one has a volume that's quite a bit bigger than the other one. Okay, so 108 cubic feet is much bigger than 80 cubic feet. So that means there's 28 more of these boxes in here than in this one, right? Okay, so that's how you figure out volume of a rectangular prism. You now have an assignment called Understanding Volume in Go Formative. Make sure you put your answers in and make sure you read them carefully and do your math carefully and get a good grade the first time around. Okay, if you need help, there's also those sheets that I attach in Google Classroom that you can pull up and take a look at as well. I hope you guys take care and do well on this assignment, and we'll talk to you next time.